The reason why I'm doing this live is to talk and to connect with all of you and answer any questions that you might have about the work that I do, and also share a little bit about the work that I do. Most of you know that I am a karma healer, but what does that really mean? Most people think that when you go to a healer, you're going to them with a problem, and that healer is going to do something, and that will bring about some sort of change in you. But the way that I work is a little bit different from that, in the sense that it's not really one directional. It's more of me working very closely with you and understanding what you're going through very, very deeply, and then also explaining to you on how you should be making changes in your mindset, in your life, in your the way that you think and things like that. So I want to help you sort of understand what's making you react in situations, or why things aren't going right for you, why you're not getting that promotion, or what's the reason somebody hurt you or betrayed you, or why you keep getting triggered, or why you're not making progress in your career, and whatever XYZ reason, right? And I do this over a journey with you for about 7 weeks or so, where I follow this 3-step method. So this 3-step method is, I call the ARM method, and that's basically, the first step is acceptance. Acceptance of what has happened in your life so far, up until now. You are the person that you are because of the experiences that you have had in your life so far, right? So these experiences come from 3 different areas. One is from your childhood and the things that you have seen and experienced as you were growing up. The second is from your ancestors, from your generational patterns that have been trickled down to you. So we're not just inheriting our features, our looks, and just the way that we are as individuals, like not just the personality from our parents and our grandparents, but also the way that they think, the way that they react in certain situations, their emotions. Those are all also things that get trickled down to us from our ancestors. So that's the second aspect, from where we are, where we are sort of reacting or being something in different situations. The third aspect is past lives. So it's not just this life that we are living right now, but there have been many other lives that we have lived, and those as well make some sort of a impact on our subconscious mind. They leave certain impressions, and those impressions are something that we sort of relive in this lifetime, or they sort of come back to us as flashes, and that's why certain situations trigger us more than they would any other person. That's because we have had certain unique experiences because of which those situations are triggering us, where we build those walls, we create those walls, and we stop our own progress in a way. So that's the first step, is acceptance, right? So acceptance of where all of these challenges and problems are really coming from. The second step is release. Say, for example, you are in your home and you want to sort of renovate it, right? You want a new sofa because you really dislike your sofa, right? You just want to replace it with a brand new sofa where you feel comfortable. You're not getting bothered by all the filth that has collected on it over the years and things like that. Now you decide, okay, you want to bring in a new sofa. But then you bring in the new sofa and you realize, oh no, okay, this carpet is also not quite going well with this. The sofa looks brand new, but now it just looks out of place in this entire house because the carpet is filthy and the table is broken and chipped off, and the chairs are also falling apart. So that's when you realize that what are you going to do now? You're going to do a whole cleanup, right? You're going to start cleaning up all the junk so that your brand new sofa still looks brand new and it doesn't get mistaken for the same old junk that you have been collecting in your house. And that's very similar to how our beliefs are, right? One good belief might not be as powerful if there are hundreds of other beliefs that we have been holding on to that are not serving us. So even though we might feel like, okay, I want to, like do well, and I'm so positive about my work, and I really want to go out there and I want to, like, make a difference and earn big money, or like, just have like a very positive and happy relationship. But there are so many of these other beliefs that are kind of stopping you from doing that. So even though you have that one positive thought that you want to, take forward and implement into your life, you're getting stopped by these 100 other negative thoughts. So that's the second step, where release comes in, where we're going and shedding off some of these layers that have been piling up all this time, and we shed them one by one so that we can make space for something brand new into our life. And that's when the third step, called manifestation, comes into place, right? And manifestation only makes sense when you have made space for it. If you are not releasing, then how are you going to manifest it with something positive into your life? So I have a question here on how do we release these negative beliefs, right? We have to work on healing them. And that's where, like, some of the work that I do in my one-on-one with my clients comes in, where we work on a 7-week journey together, where we are working on every different aspect. First is like getting to the root cause and understanding where those beliefs are really coming from. Is it something that you experienced in your childhood? Is it something that is being trickled down through your ancestors? Is it something from a different past life? So we get into understanding the root cause of the problem, and then we work on releasing them through healing, through meditation, through journaling, through many different practices that we do together in this 7-week journey. Now, this entire process that I go through, it brings about a lot of transformation that I have seen, over the last few months that I have been working on this with a lot of my clients. And it brings about a lot of changes within themselves first, because when you bring about a change in yourself, you start to see that change around you as well. If you are not changing from within, if you are looking into a mirror and you are expecting that the reflection will smile first before you do, then you've got it wrong, right? You have to smile first before you see the reflection smile back at you. And that's why we change our energy first, we change our vibrations first before we expect the world around us to change, before we expect our relationships to change, or our work life to change, or even our health to change for that matter. So I'm going to take a pause here, because there's a lot that I have shared and a lot of you have been joining in. So does anybody have any questions so far? How to register for this session of 7-week program? So you can book a call with me. I do an initial call first to understand all your challenges and also explain to you how I will help you through whatever you are going through. And then we go into the next step of starting the 7-week program. So the first step that you can do is just book the first initial call with me, which only costs like 499 rupees. The link is in my bio, so you can go there and check it out. How to get over that belief and be satisfied with that one positive thing. I'm not sure in what context this question was asked. How to get over that belief and be satisfied? Okay, maybe I'll come back to it later when it comes back to me. Any other questions? Yesterday, someone asked me that I'm doing a session on 9th of December and what to expect in that session, right? There's a session called Confident You session that I am doing on the 9th. And what is the significance? Why am I even doing it on the 9th? So there's no significance on the date. It's usually, I know a lot of people who follow me know that I do sessions on full moon or, a special occasion like 11/11 or 8/8 and things like that. But no, this one is not on a specific occasion. It's just a healing, a group healing that I am doing. So this session will be focused around releasing a lot of the blocks that we feel around being confident or feeling anxious. Sometimes some of us feel very inadequate or powerless, and we don't feel like, we're able to go out there and achieve too much. Even though we have that deep innate desire to do a lot of things, we feel like, we are not good enough to get there. Or maybe we find it difficult in our relationships to set boundaries, to say no to people, or to be very assertive. Maybe we don't want to be a pushover in our relationships. Or maybe some of us feel like frequent mood swings, feel out of control. Again, that's very related to how you are feeling in your solar plexus chakra, right? If you're struggling with self-doubt, again, you'll feel like, things get difficult for you in your relationships, in your work, where you are just not feeling confident about how you should be portraying yourself out there in the world with people. And you feel like, you need some sort of validation from others. You feel like you'll fail if you say something wrong, or you put some, you say something that will just like put off somebody else. And so you feel something is wrong with me only. Or you suppress your anger and struggle to express how frustrated you are. You're just like, let me not, like, let me just, and that anger, that frustration, that it keeps building up over time. So we will be going into all of these different things during the session, and working on releasing all of this, releasing all of these layers. So this is that second step that I told you about, is releasing, so that we can make space for these new emotions to start, building up in our system. Right? So that we're going out there with a very confident mindset, with a very positive way to look at situations. Really responding instead of reacting in various situations, right? So because there are all of these underlying emotions that have been piling up over time, they become the main cause of the problems that we are having in our lives. So you may not even realize it, but sometimes, some of these things, they just block us from having those happy and harmonious relationships. So if any of these problems feel relatable to you, then you should probably join the session, because it will really, really help you. It's happening on 9th December at 7:30 p.m. India time. 9 p.m. Jakarta time, if there's anyone from Jakarta here. I will be working on doing this group healing, where we will also be doing a meditation together, and it will be very much focused around your solar plexus chakra, which holds a lot of these lower emotions that don't serve you when you're dealing with others, when you're dealing with people, whether it is in relationships, whether it is in work. And sooner or later, the more you pile on to these emotions, they start affecting all your physical body as well. And so if there's a lot of resentment or hurt or anger or frustration that you're holding on in your solar plexus, it will start affecting the nearby areas, organs, chest, back, pain, heaviness, gut issues, things like that. So it just starts manifesting into our body. I've got a question here. Been through a really tough time and need some healing and get over it. What and which service of yours will you suggest me that will help me heal? So firstly, I would love to understand about what exactly the issue is that you are going through, because a lot of times we may think that, we have an issue in just one area or one aspect of our life, but it kind of has a domino effect in various different aspects of our life as well. And before we realize it, if we don't deal with that one thing mindfully, it starts affecting the different areas. So I want to understand first what it is that you are going through. So definitely book that first call with me. I've called it the breakthrough call. The link is there on my bio, so you can just click on that and book your first call, and then I'll walk you through all the next steps that we need to take together. How to know your schedule and when can we book the slot? So once you want to once you want to book the call, there will be once you've made the payment, you can choose a comfortable schedule, a slot that works for you. had joined the previous meditation session. It was amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much. Which one did you join? Was it the full moon, or was it the sleep meditation, or was it the 11-11, the 8-8? There have been quite a few. But yeah, thanks so much. Thank you. Would love to join the next slot. Would love to join the slot. Yeah, sure. The links are all in my bio. If you want to join this Confident You session, again, just DM me. If you don't like it, link in bio is too confusing for you, just send me a message on what you're interested in joining, and I will help you through that. All right, so what to expect once you have attended the Confident You session, right? It will help you feel a lot more emotionally stable. You will come out having a different perspective of yourself, believing in yourself a lot more, able to communicate your needs with others with ease, whether it is in a group, whether it is, at work or at home. You'll see a great shift and a change in yourself. And it's kind of like your own inner personal power, your strength will sort of be amplified a lot more. So you'll be able to find what is your deeper purpose with more clarity of thoughts, more focus, and just that willingness to go out there and do more things without that fear of being blocked by any sort of self-doubt in any aspect. So yeah, we'll basically be peeling off all those external layers and getting to who you truly are. As children, we're very confident, right? We're willing to do anything. We'll jump on the bed, we'll dance like nobody is watching. We're so confident as children. If you look at little children, you will never feel they have any issue saying anything. They'll just blurt out whatever is on their mind. But slowly, as we grow up, we are told, hey, be careful, we don't run, we walk. Or we're laughed at or ridiculed by our friends or by our peers. And all of these, aspects that, or our environment and the things that people say to us in order to keep us safe, yes, but it affects us in a way where we start going into this shell, right? We start withdrawing, and we start going into a cocoon, and that's how we become individuals in the future that are not really super confident when we're going out there in the world. So we'll peel off all of these layers during the session, so you will feel more at peace with yourself. And if you have never worked with me yet, this is the best time for you to sort of get a glimpse into what I do and experience the work that I do, experience the meditations, the healings. Also, if you are skeptical about going through the entire 7-week program, you want to just get a feel check of how things will be with me, you can join the session. It's a small group, so hopefully you'll get a lot more clarity about what it would look like once you do work with me in a one-on-one level. All right, so yeah, that's all for now. If you guys have any questions, I'm happy to answer. Else, I have already gone above 15 minutes. All right, thank you so much, everyone, for joining in. I know some of you kept coming and going, but that's okay. You can watch the entire thing on my profile later on at your own time. And I will see you soon. Bye. Thank you for joining.